Hey everyone, this is the Gothic Chess Inventor. Some of you know me as Ed Trice, my real name in the analog world outside of the Twitterverse. I've been getting a couple of questions, kind of repetitive from some of the newer folks, like what's the whole idea behind this invisible monorail and items of that nature. So I figured, maybe it's time to do a new video. So this is my page here. I'm scrolling around. And you can see up here in my pinned tweet, which is what I ask every one of the Invisible Monorail followers to just copy and paste. Once a day, anytime at your convenience, here's what I'd like you to do. Just kind of select this text. Do not select my name up here, this part, right? Just click copy, which is Control C. Hit tweet. And paste is Control V on your keyboard. And lo and behold, the tweet will populate with the text you just copied. Very important distinction here. I'm just going to cancel out of this. I don't want you to retweet this. Now, a couple of people have. You can see 4 people have retweeted this. And here's the reason why. Let's take a look at the impressions. This has been up here for a little while. Only 190 impressions. Okay, for someone that has 3,197 followers, that's not a lot. And I'll tell you what's behind that mechanism. Twitter is able to track the retweets of other people back to the original conductor. And if it's a conservative account like ours certainly is, then they kind of penalize you with your impressions. They will not give you the full spread of impressions that they would if you were a libtard or some other democratic whack job. So I've been asking people not to retweet and just copy and paste and send it out as if it's your own tweet. I'm not going to hold anything against you. I'm actually encouraging you to copy a tweet. Now, a lot of conductors out there don't like when you copy trains, and paste it on your own. Forget all that. When it comes to me, yes, copy, steal me blind, replicate it any way you want without doing a retweet. And I strongly encourage that so I don't get penalized as a conservative conductor. And as these penalty strikes keep wearing off, I've noticed that the tweets I'm making are eventually gaining more traction. I'm seeing more impressions per unit of time. It was ridiculous. I would sometimes get 50 impressions in 72 hours, which is far below Twitter's full reach. Okay, so anyway, those of you who are familiar with trains, right? Here's one. Here's a train. You go down the list and you follow the people one at a time. Then you retweet it, right? Same thing with this next train here I'm showing. You go down the list. Let's just count these accounts off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, this is a fairly highly populated car because there's not much messaging going on here. And you only have 288 characters to put into a car, right? For that reason, there's only so many names you're going to get in there. In this case, the names aren't too long. There's very little text. You got 17 in there. But you still have to undergo the process of doing your retweet for after you have followed everyone. Okay, now let's contrast that to my invisible monorail. Okay, look at all the people I've got on this page, and this is Invisible Monorail 1 since I've restarted it. Okay, you can see I basically have 4 columns here. This little remember thing, A1, A2, all the way to A20. That's in case you're going down the list and you forget the person's name who you just followed. Maybe you can look to the left and say, oh, TN Turpitude, A13. Teddy 791, A14. Sherman Oaks Law, A17. It'll help you remember where you were. As an added mnemonic, every 20 names, I rotate the colors. The first 20 are yellow. The next 20 are blue. The next 20 are yellow again. So there's 60. All right, I got 72 names on one page. What happens if you're a brand new monorail follower? You've just got your name on this list. Let's just say it's William Quake 1. A little easier to pronounce than this name down the bottom. So William Quake 1, let's just say he joined yesterday. And now he follows everyone on this list. And they in turn go to William Quake's profile. If I just click on his name right here. All right, it says right here, hey, look, he's on the Invisible Monorail. So if someone is following him back, he could potentially gain 72 followers, or however many I end up putting on this one page. Right? I think I'm gonna cut off and just put 100 on each page. So for the price of one copy and paste of my pinned tweet, once per day at your convenience, copy it, paste it, your name is going to stay on this page forever. Everyone is going to be redirected to this page first. No matter how many people are on the monorail, they're going to stop here first. They are required to follow everyone. See this right here? Number 1, you must agree to follow everyone on the monorail. Rule 2, someone follows you from the monorail, you must follow them back. If someone does not follow back, report them using the links here. Let's just say that I'm going to pick on Chris L. Yanks fan because I'm a Phillies fan when the Phillies are doing good, and they didn't have a good year this year. Let's say Chris L. Yanks fan didn't follow someone. Here's a link. Look, as soon as I bring my mouse over it, it goes from blue to red. Remove for not following back. I click on that. What it's going to do, it's going to launch your mail program, and it's automatically going to populate my email address in here too. It's going to put the subject matter into the subject line, remove for not following back, and it's going to label who it is. Chris L. Yanks fan in slot A8 did not follow me back. All you got to do is click the send button right here. It's going to be somewhat different looking in your email package, but you can see here Eileen has sent me some suspicious passengers, someone who didn't look like they were a Pound Maggie account. Probably shouldn't be someone we were following that was on the monorail. So I've given you guys the power to either report a person to me if the profile is bad. That's going to fill out suspicious passenger in the subject line, or if someone is not following you back, it will say remove for not following back, who the person is, and what slot they were in, so I could find them. Oh, B5, EC2, right? Okay, so the idea being, the only people who are going to remain on this list after a long period of time are the people who do agree to follow everyone back. So everyone who's on this list right now, I've been doing this Invisible Monorail for 6 months as of December 2018. Okay, so all these people, with the exception of the very few people who are just on the bottom of the list here, who are just recently ads, these are all highly vetted people. And I have hundreds more, but I'm just starting with this list to get everyone used to using the interface. Okay? And like I said, rule number 4 here. All I'm asking you to do is once per day visit the profile of Gothic Chess King, right? Copy and paste my pinned tweet as if it was your own. Once per day. So for the price of one copy and paste, instead of all of those retweets you would have to do. Look at all the people who are going to see you every day, right? People are going to come to this page every day. Every person who sees that tweet that you send out, and if one of your followers sees it and they copy and paste it, all of their followers are potentially going to become your followers. This has the ability to net hundreds of followers per day for the price of just doing one tweet. So that's the real power of the Invisible Monorail. You notice, there's way more names on here than you could fit in one tweet. And this list is growing every day. And Twitter has no control over this. This is off of their website. I click on any one of these names, Bob J. Dowling too, right? I'm following him. You can see this button, how it lights and unlights over here on the right. If you haven't followed him yet, that would give you the option to follow him. Now, all you have to do to go down this whole list is click on someone's name, hit the follow button, hit the backspace button on your browser. It's going to take you immediately back to this page. So you could literally just fly down this list, follow, go back, EC Tune, right? Follow, go back. Oh, somehow I unfollowed him. I must have hit him twice. All right, follow, I go back. All right. I am following everyone on this list. So it's very easy to go down the list. I have it color-coded to make it easier for you to remember where you are. I even put little mnemonics next to people's names. I made it as intuitive and as easy as possible for you guys. So, take advantage of it. And please spread the word. Copy and paste my pinned tweet. And just imagine if this goes to monorail number 2, monorail number 3, right? Potentially hundreds of people each day are going to be perusing your name on this list. And all you have to do, and it's not even a retweet, it's a copy and a paste, right? So Twitter's not going to be tagging you as someone who's doing a lot of retweets because you're not. You're just copying and pasting. Twitter has no automated artificial intelligence mechanism to track that activity. It can't come back at you. It can't negatively come back at me. As conservatives, we just look like we're just using the normal Twitter interface to do what it was designed to do. And so they won't have any of these invisible, like shadow banning type activities associated with your account. So, that's why the Invisible Monorail is so powerful. You can get potentially a lot of followers per day. There's little work that you have to do, but we have to kind of preach this. This has the ability to make every other train obsolete, literally. There's so little work to do. I'm doing all the work behind the scenes. I'm building all these pages, I'm monitoring this. When you guys send those emails to me, I act on them, and I pull people off the list. I direct message them first. I give them a chance to respond, and we've already had some positive instances where people didn't realize that the list was updated, or someone didn't put that they're an Invisible Monorail member in their profile, so they didn't know to follow them back. So this system will work very well if everyone participates as the cog in the machinery that you are. And it's important to realize that your participation is very important. So I hope to see you guys out there. And remember, spread the word about the Invisible Monorail.